I mean, you have pockets. Like,
buddy.
Yeah, you guys have.
No,
this dude was shy. He was like, you sound like different. Like you're not the Diane that I know. It's like Diane.
All right, you guys are on. Mics are on. Everything. Do the show.
where's your quiz? Where's your quiz?
Oh, he's on the. He's trying to
Oh.
do his cricket thing. So let him finish. Y'all go ahead and do your thing.
Okay.
Hello.
So today is Tuesday, July 7th. Hey, so today we have
Right, and we have your sidelines here, you know, Diane and Anthony over there.
And get your boy Fang the Wolf Gamer. Wait, no, Fang the Gamer.
Bro, you don't know your own name?
No. My name is Guy. Also, I go by Fang the Gamer on my YouTube. So.
and we're gonna be having
Start the topic with a bit of a spooky
Hey, should we play
subject.
some
these students on visas have to leave the U.S.
No, Wolf
And-
Gaming. Forgot my YouTube channel's name is Wolf Gaming. I'm sorry, guys. I got it confused.
Having visas like over here, like education visas, you know, to study here. It doesn't seem fair, you know,
mhm.
because you know they want to study and stuff like that. But I get the fact that they want to try to keep them.
Well, I mean,
Maybe ghost took them out.
like with how I think of it, they're just trying to study, and we don't know their situation at home, wherever their country is.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that that really likes it here, you know, because she has a student visa to to study high school here, to finish high school here, and like she's like, you know, she feels free from her family because her family's like super strict, you know, and they have.
I don't know if you know, like in Mexico, you can go to any college.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because all you gotta do is pay and they let you in.
Yeah,
Is that the same thing for America?
No.
I mean,
Because they have to accept you.
yeah, I mean, well, I'm guessing community colleges have, at least the in-state ones, wherever you live, they always have the 100% acceptance rate. Like if I, in Omaha, wanted to go to Metro, I'd automatically did. But even UNO and UNL, UNK, they have an acceptance rate.
If I wanted to go to Yale, all I have to do is pay for school to go to Yale.
I mean, the paying way, that way, because people bribe their way into school. That's kind of messed up, though.
Yeah, it's just like basically like if you want to like be successful in the future, you have to put your like money in it, you know, to be more successful and stuff like that, you know, and basically that's like college.
And like I'm a first generation, and like I'm really excited that I'm gonna be able to go to college and not be in debt. But I know like I have a privilege of that. There's a bunch of people I know, and I mean there's programs like Upward Bound that help you actually helped me a lot, and not if I'm being honest, it didn't help me because they didn't have the classes that I took. Because I mean,
You too advanced.
I don't want to put it that way. It sounds, but
It
like,
sounds kind of braggadocious.
yeah, I don't want to brag, so I don't want to say it that way. 4.6.
Is that even
So,
is that even an actual word, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
and it's a Mary Poppins thing.
I thought it was a Harry Potter.
It's Mary Poppins.
Mary
And
Poppins.
like, Upward Bound helps me like find who I am, not like a cheesy way, but like I never talked in front of people. I wouldn't be in front of a mic right now if it wasn't for Upward Bound, because like they helped me. Like,
Sense.
Yeah.
You're afraid to be yourself. That's tough.
I mean, I've always been conscious of myself. I'll be like, oh, I'm too fat, I'm too stupid.
Alright.
Like, so I'd be like, I don't, then they'll
You should
judge
be
me.
like, dang, I'm too smart.
And when I was in elementary school, I barely knew English because I only knew Spanish growing up. And then people would make fun of me for my accent.
Middle school, like how do you?
Yeah, I mean,
very new
I
to
had-
me.
I don't hear no accent. Or maybe
I had
it's
to
like,
go to
my
therapy.
mom's Mexican. So like, don't
I had- I had to go to speech therapy and get rid of my stutter and rid of my accent and everything. So that's what helped me. But I mean, I was bullied in elementary school about I was because I didn't know English that well, and then people
So you didn't go
judged
to
me.
like or something like that?
No,
Where'd you go
for middle school,
Yeah.
I went to Beveridge,
to? Okay.
and that was for like the dual language program, and that's why I got better at it.
You did AP, right?
Hmm
Okay, so I have a question. And I watched like this horror video of him do Duolingo.
Oh, you said that you.
Did you take speech therapy? Oh, you got this.
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
speech therapy. They thought that when I came here, like
So
when I came because I used to live in Michigan, for like a year, but I'm originally from New Jersey. So
I moved here.
yeah,
Catch up, Anthony.
yeah,
Like this.
but I used to be real quiet, and so like they thought I didn't know English or something like that, or like but like I was really fluent in English. It's just I was shy and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and so they put me in ESL. They thought and like the teacher was like, she doesn't. No, it's just like I don't know, like I know when I was in New Jersey, I didn't say nothing. Like my mom put me in like this type of speech therapy thing, and there wasn't any in that city,
Mhm.
and they built it because like they needed one, so like they ended up building one just for me, and that's how it started. Like like their accent, like there's nothing wrong with the accent.
Yeah, just leave us have our accent and
But how do we take away an accent?
you have to listen to NPR, and his accent kind of faded away with English. I mean, it's still slightly there since he was there for like in Mexico for like 20 years. But if you practice English, the standard Midwestern English accent, like it'll stay there. And I'm sure like when I
So do I have an accent?
kikirikiri, it's still
I
there.
guess my thing is when people try to take away accents, it's just like, well, the thing is, what like if you teach them how to learn people in the US's a language, so that way they know what they're saying. US.
Yeah, so basically like just like don't like if you have an accent, like try to pursue that accent because
You might get made fun of for it, but
I
it's
don't.
American accent with blue eyes, blonde hair. Like it's stereotypical. You don't want to be outside of the perfect box.
Yeah, and then like it's funny how like we want to be like like that. Like they do their cat eyes like as if like an Asian, yet they make fun of Asian eyes. As if like oh my god. That's weird.
One of the things that I don't know, like there was this popular TikTok that was going around of a bunch of white girls that were wearing a bandana as a top.
Oh,
And then-
that controversial.
And then, like, if a Hispanic girl were about to do that, she would be a chola, like going around the streets.
Yeah, they'd
Trying to
be
start
like,
up trouble.
Oh, yeah.
It's all
A chola?
It's
Yeah,
like
what
a
is a
gangster
chola?
girl-ish.
Kind of like, yeah. Like,
Oh.
I like that laugh.
So a little off topic, but I think Baldi, the horror game, has came out with a new update, and it's called Baldi's Plus. So if y'all really like math, go ahead and check that out. But be warned, you will have a teacher chasing you around with a ruler in his hand.
But yeah, like that was very controversial. Like they were like, how come like they try to wear it like with style and stuff like that. As if like oh my god, like my outfit's cute and everything.
So right.
Yeah, it's kind of like when white girls are wearing dreads, and then when a black girl wears dreads. It's like,
Like they
Oh,
were
as you talking about Bad Baby?
no,
Just
we're
like in
talking about
general.
controversial, like like how
like when some minority
You
does
know
something.
Bad Baby?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
like a rapper singer.
Catch Me Outside.
Catch Me Outside.
Oh, that I heard Bad Bunny. Never mind. Yeah, I know.
Who is Bad Bunny?
So okay,
I'm so
so
confused.
I thought he was on a Carson song.
Okay,
he
I think we might
probably
need to take a break.
He sings very fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
Josh is MLR 2 times a year.
Baby student.
So
Yes.
we just found out, like, I don't know if there's any people that watch The Office that are listening to this, but apparently Jim was wearing a wig. The third season. Leatherhead? Leatherheads? Yeah, he was gonna do Leatherheads, and
They required him to shave his head off.
or
you
not
know?
shave or cut his hair. I'm not sure, but they wanted him to cut his hair somehow, and the people, makeup.
Makeup
wig people.
They told him that that he should refuse, like, you know.
Yeah, they
that
vetoed
role.
his request to cut his hair, and for Leatherheads, they required him to do that, so he cut his hair anyway. Besides the whatever they told him of not being able to do that, and he went to the wig stylist or hairstylist for the show, and he got a wig made especially for him, and none of the Greg Daniels, the person that created The Office, didn't know him.
Any staff members either.
Yeah.
Not even the director.
And so it turns out,
Wait,
like,
which character cut the hair?
John Krasinski.
Which one is it?
The one that always be playing pranks on Dwight.
Yeah. And so they filmed the episode Jim thing to do, like, even though it's not him.
Even though, like, you know, like, he still lives in his character.
Yeah.
You know?
And like I was watching a bunch of other podcasts, and like it turns out Dwight, I don't know his real name, but he's like that in real life. He's kind of like has like a dorky personality, and I thought that was so funny.
What he actually
He it's not a joke, Jim.
millions of people
Die. No, not die. Suffer from
Suffer
it
from it.
every year.
And remember that wonderful show? Like, oh my gosh, like his pranks for Dwight.
Wait,
It's
you
just so funny.
It's just a classic
He was like,
stapler in
whenever
the
you
jello.
want- Whenever you gone for 17 minutes, leave me alone. It's like,
It's crazy that Angela was able to do that with
Did you
him.
have it out
Like,
in your car?
It seems like Angela would be a conservative person,
yo,
but she be having stuff done.
Get down on it.
Like,
Be down
they
on
be
it.
like the most crankiest people in the show, and then they end up, you know,
I
being
don't know.
Yeah.
Because my aunt's phone did that, so you might want to take it to the shop.
She got her space for free.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wow.
No, she got a new iPhone.
And so apparently Kanye is running for president 2020. It was a while back when I heard this, like before like the whole presidency thing. He wanted to a long time ago, but everybody just took it as like a prank, like a funny joke. But he actually did it. And I just want to say, I really don't believe he is trying to actually become president, but rather just split the Democratic vote, because Gen Z tends to be Democratic, and when they'll see his name on the ballot, they'll go and check his name and to come in.
Wait, is Biden a Republican or Democrat?
Democrat.
Like, them Democrats.
I mean,
Bro,
I'm
Obama's evil, bro. Obama made a law that says
Obamacare.
a black person can't harm the police or something like that.
You know that he actually got through. I was talking to my mom the other day, and like she said that
We
like
should probably
Obama,
not talk about politics.
same one that like
cartels when you say move underground.
no
Tunnels, bro.
No.
There's tons of tunnels here.
no, not that. That's
Mhm.
like they did more deputations than any other president.
I mean,
To be
every
honest,
president
I don't
has.
think so.
I feel like Trump overruled all of the president.
He's publicly racist. Like he's publicly like
He puts it out there that he believes that stuff. Obama
Right.
did that stuff, but just didn't put it out there as much.
It was like more
But I think he was
like the
forced to.
shady
But-
side.
But ain't no president wants to, man.
Honestly,
But like they're all public shit.
And
But
they're
to be
politicians.
honest-
They don't really have people, a person who's being authentic and of what they believe, and just the way he speaks about people and the way that he puts his opinions forward is not. Yeah, he.
You said narcissistic.
Wait, did you hear me?
Well, to be honest with you, what if President Trump's confused about what he's saying and he's saying it the wrong way?
no, it isn't.
He, like there,
The speaker.
you can tell like when he speaks, he doesn't speak like if you put his
Like,
speeches
No, 'cause most
compared
presidents
to
have a writer in their
totalitarians.
Yeah,
They're
speaker.
really similar. You put Hitler making his speeches
He fighted
going like
his-
this.
He fighted his
Like they're really similar on how they present themselves in speaking.
They
And-
present themselves as like, I am more powerful, I am superior, I overrule.
what if you all do what? Well, to be honest with you, like if you were to vote for Donald Trump, what are some of the things that you would like out of him?
I don't want anything out of him. I don't want him in
No,
office.
like,
I
what-
want
what-
him to arrest the elites. You heard? Like Oprah, Bill Gates.
Bro,
Why?
He's
What's the
woke,
purpose
he's
of
woke.
that?
He's on the, he woke.
Bro, I'm down with y'all
Or, like,
conspiracy theories.
Trump.
They
He-
all about the conspiracy theories. They just,
Trump was fact checked on Twitter and then is now looking to figure out how to change the legislation so that the government has to approve every post we have on media and limiting our
But they
speech.
can't do that.
What if life
They
was
have-
a video game?
It's not gonna go through. Cause they got a vote on it. After he can write a bill or
Yeah, but
That's
I mean,
so
all
funny.
politics is about money. He has billions of dollars. He has power to convince people.
He got power, but it ain't like
Doesn't
No,
have to be
but
off the
power,
radar,
somebody
he-
could take him out.
Off the radar, he can go to Congress and be like, "Hey, do this, and I'll give you some money."
He's making.
that's not gonna happen. He can go down and do that. They is definitely impeaching him.
I know.
Well, to be honest
Did
with you, the
remember
way
that they
they're
wanted to impeach them?
well,
They
to
did,
be
but
honest with you,
They
they're
just couldn't kick him
They
out.
just couldn't.
Yeah. There's everybody wants. I don't really want this person dead. It's figure of speech. You can't take everything.
That's a threat.
it's literally a terroristic threat. That if you were to threaten the president, you can get it'll be like 10 years or more.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's way
Even
more than
just-
10 years.
If you say that
You
you were
Secret Service will come knock at your door.
do something, you would go to jail. So the people who are saying that could possibly, if they're not smart enough, go to jail for saying that they're gonna kill the president.
I don't think it's right that they're threatening the president, but I
It's
still
not
don't.
right.
It's not, but I still think that they shouldn't have their speech revoked.
I mean, that is a threat though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's okay.
Forget these Republicans.
And Antifa is kind of like a terrorist type group. So.
The answer?
Okay. Because Antifa, if you really think about it, what is Antifa doing? They're going out there and they're purposely getting people killed by the cops for no reason. Because of violent
Antifa
protests.
is basically
But what is
no.
Antifa?
Antifa is an organization that goes out and they get paid for money for breaking the law and breaking stuff or going out and protesting. You know all this Black Lives Matter stuff and how like people most likely threatening to burn stuff down.
I mean,
But not all the protesters are bad.
No, what we're saying is that I get people want to break stuff because
mhm.
but in reality they did such horrible things and stuff like that, and it raged people get they get emotional angry and stuff like that because because it affects them. So the way that they take it out is just like through like they want to destroy it, But like it's
Like
not
what?
hold on. But it's not like they're saying, oh, we're gonna kill a bunch of people like that and stuff like that. No, and like Christopher Columbus, you guys don't know what he did and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Even though he discovered America,
Trail of
Basically-
Tears, everyone.
basically like what happened and stuff like that. Like he would like they the islanders, like oh we colonized it, like
Mhm.
oh empty land, even though like don't mind like the deaths over there stuff like that, but like.
What do you
it's-
think? Do you think they should knock down all the statues, or what do you believe?
I believe like like they should like replace the statues with like people like people that have done
Martin Luther King.
no like not just Martin Luther King but like
Malcolm
people
X.
like Malcolm X like
I mean,
who
those.
else?
What makes me a little upset is that, and then there's nothing wrong with like MLK and Malcolm X, but they get all the spotlight.
Yeah,
There's a
and
bunch of
other-
people
there's a bunch of people
that contributed to how America is.
There's people from the Mexican War and they don't even have statues of them.
like what's her name? It starts with like I forgot her name, but like she has like a super like
Frida?
Frida, yeah. People like Frida, activists and stuff like that have done, they've done so much for like this country, to be,
Mm.
It's not just about like white people and stuff like that. Oh,
Also,
we
they don't even
colonized
like,
America and stuff like
Some like most people don't know who Claudette Colvin is, and I mean I had to look up her name, but I mean I've heard of her story before. So everybody knows Rosa Parks. She boycotted.
that.
Yeah,
Like got spotlight.
yeah. So
But
she
what they
refused.
didn't know- What they didn't know is that
Somebody
before
did it
that,
before, yeah. So Claudette, she was a dark skinned person, and she had a pregnant while she was young, and they didn't see her as a fit model to put on the textbooks compared to Rosa Parks, who was a light skin and was more seen as more,
What?
yeah, I guess, more white and fit to the customs of like the Christian person of not being pregnant at a young age. And I mean, Claudette did that, but just because she didn't fit to that perfect vision, they didn't put her in the
I'm getting mad at that they do want to tear down is the Statue of Liberty.
one. That's
I
a
mean,
gift
check
from
this out.
France. That's not anything to do with
So-
America.
What I'm saying is the Statue of Liberty was actually built for a reason because it actually symbolizes like all of us coming together. Even though some people are racist, but there are some people who actually have, made liberty. They've made justice.
Who do you believe has made justice?
So, well, how to explain this?
Hey, in a war, nukes are fake.
Nukes are not.
I mean,
Nukes are real.
I mean no disrespect to veterans. I respect what they do, what they've done for this country, but at the same time, there is another side to the other country that is getting hurt. There is no.
And they really should stop that.
I mean, what liberty are you referring to then? Liberty
I'm
for the
talking about-
U.S.
Liberty for they really all have liberty. We all have freedom. We all have
We don't.
rights to do what we want to do.
We don't have.
No. Check this out. On a day-to-day basis, we have liberty. On a large scale of things, we're all.
And to be honest, you guys know, how people are saying, oh, I don't want to wear masks, this is, I have rights and stuff like that.
What rights are we violating by wanting masks on people?
No, guess what?
Hey, wait.
When we, in the amendment, that says, we have the freedom to, of speech,
That's
to
the
have our
first
own
thing.
opinion and stuff like that. You have that, but when this country comes into a crisis, a medical crisis or something like that, and we are in emergency shutdown or lockdown, we have like the government.
No, not emergency lockdown. State of emergency.
Yeah, state of emergency. I'm sorry, but we don't have that freedom, like like that.
Yeah,
freedom.
like during the
government-
wars, like that. This is exactly what you're talking about. During the
Yeah,
wars,
the government
all that.
tells you like requires you if it require you to wear a mask, you have to because it's to protect you. The government wants to protect you in some way or form, right?
Yeah.
So like they're telling you wear a mask. You're required to wear a mask and stuff like that, and people aren't listening. So now they're like like they did in California. They said that if anyone doesn't wear like a mask, doesn't like want to wear masks or anything like that, they give a $300 fine. It's gotten out of control to the point that
Yes, I
they
will
have
find.
to fine
People
people that don't wear masks.
don't think it's real. Died from it.
Yeah, like
And they still don't think it's real.
no, basically coronavirus is like how they said that it affects older people and stuff like that. Well, basically like that made sense like so like in people's minds they were like I don't I'm safe, like I'm not an old person and stuff like that. I won't get the coronavirus or anything like that. And so like they just thought it was just for like the old people and stuff like that.
I remember seeing that one person, he was an older man, and he was like, oh, I'd rather sacrifice myself and get the coronavirus and tell me that millions of other older people are going to want to risk themselves because they still have a family. There's a lot of people that are still sick just because they have to still support their family because they're the only source of income. And their family dies because nobody's going to provide for them. And people are losing their jobs and at once. And so people are just like thinking just about their personal situation. I don't have to wear a mask. That's okay. I'm fine not wearing a mask.
Yeah. Look what's happened like in New York City like a couple weeks back. 2 kids died because of the coronavirus because it was like some type of like it was affiliated with the coronavirus that caused them to like everybody. It's not just like to old people. Like they think like because they have lower immune system and stuff like that. To be honest, we like we like we're teenagers and stuff like that. We live with our parents. Our parents like feed they have food for like to feed us and stuff like that. We don't work that much, right? When it comes to an adult, you start focusing on work and stuff like that. You basically start being like a workaholic and stuff like that, right? You focus
Say
mostly
slave.
on slave. It's like and stuff like that, because it means losing money, so you don't focus on your health a lot. You eat, since you're busy all the time, you start eating things that like, you can just like get them like fast food and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not healthy for you, right? But like, because like if you need like a salad or anything,
That's very expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive, true. And like, you want to make something healthy for yourself or something like that, it requires you to do,
Yeah.
cook and stuff like that, and other people don't have time for it. And so like that's like, you don't have that much nutrients and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sleep schedule as well, you're working like office hours and stuff like that. Sometimes you go over the office over there, like to the office and pay the bills, or oh my gosh, I have like an appointment or something like that, and like or like I want to spend some time with my friends or something like that, that messes up your sleep schedule, it lowers your sleep.
Yeah, so I got lost in the conversation. What did we start with?
Travel.
We started like I don't know.
Duty.
Oh, we started with Kanye West.
What?
And it all ended
All right.
What's sleep schedules?
Okay, next
So
subject.
basically, us like like we're as adults, we're weak in immune system as well because we're not feeding ourselves, like healthy and stuff like that. We're getting lower, sleep and stuff like that.
But if you're
Last-
stay home.
Less time.
Last.
You stop.
Okay, do you have something to say, Anthony?
Unless your mom packs lunches for you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not.
Not
gonna
everybody
really-
has a luxury of that,
Yeah.
and your mom
You're
will
gonna
have
move
sprout.
out and stuff like that.
All right, two things. First, coronavirus is fake. Second, fast food is all people.
Is what?
It's made of people.
Made of people?
Right?
What is wrong with you? The fast food is made. Oh my.
500,000 kids missing in America alone, right? Where do they all go?
Into the human trafficking?
I was about to say
Okay,
that.
but only a small portion, right?
How do you know? Are you a
Okay.
part of the human trafficking?
Let's say half go to that, right? Where do the other half go?
They
Think about it, think about
die or something.
Just in almost.
I would say like 70-ish.
Okay.
No.
And-
No, I don't think so.
You're
It's
crazy.
because fast food products,
Fast
the meat
food
that
pro-
they get, from that is basically meat
from a farm.
from farms
Okay,
that are
okay.
in
Hold
Brazil.
on. Let me explain this. So, she said there's about like 70 in Omaha, right?
In
You
Brazil because of
you
the fact
think-
that they're doing more
you-
farms in Brazil.
You think all those?
Okay, first of all, coronavirus is real. Second of all, fast food isn't made out of human. Because if it was made out of human, we would be sick.
How do you know that?
Because our bodies can't digest our own. Okay,
No,
so-
they can't digest it. It's
Yeah,
just the
it's
fact
not
that
morally and ethically. They're serial killers and they just
because
go.
the reason of their mental state of mind.
No, they just
It
open
affects if you eat your like in the meat that it just basically starts killing your brain little by little,
Yeah.
little by little.
that's what I'm saying. So
Oh, that's what vaccines do too.
Vaccines
But
don't
do
kill
we-
you.
But do we like
Bro, they make you dumb, bro. I swear, bro. If one of y'all get the vaccine for the coronavirus, you're gonna be dumb. Silly. You're gonna be silly.
yeah, anti-vax. 6 feet apart away from us.
I'm on the way over here. So
you're closer to her.
So are y'all gonna get the vaccine?
Yeah, if it,
Yes,
I would, yes.
I would too.
Or that 4.0 about to go down. I swear to God.
Well, I mean, I don't want to risk my family.
Same here.
Like, being honest about
I'd
how
rather
I
be
feel.
vaccinated. To be honest,
Wash my hands and
vaccines.
be vaccinated.
The reason why people are just like, oh my gosh, what they're actually putting you the virus and stuff like that. It's
That's
because
how-
they are, but it's just the fact that
That's how
that's
I
more of
Me
a they do it in the lab. They don't
like that's how the
try to,
chickenpox
make it
works
into-
too. Because like, say you don't get vaccinated at all, you get it. Your body learns how to defend itself. Yeah, it's sick in that short period,
And the
but then you're
reason-
never gonna get it again because your body recognizes.
and you
how
have
to
to do it
attack it.
annually too, because our
Wait, you get vaccines annually?
you
For
have
the-
to get
yeah.
vaccines annually.
For the flu, because the strains change every year.
What'd you say that our antibiotics
Antibiotics.
stuff like that? That's why the reason they fight it. So when we actually get infected by
Everyone knows how to attack.
they already know how to attack. But as time goes on and stuff like that, it takes about a year. They forget how to do that. That's why you have to take vaccines. And
The way that I understand it is that
You're
every
crazy.
year there's different strains of the flu virus, and so
they
they're the ones fighting the most popular ones that we're most likely to get. So say there's the-
every year the flu gets gets
Be putting on the vaccines and then gotta come back stronger.
no basically the flu how do I say it? I don't know how to say it right, but
I'm back.
the reason why it keeps on getting stronger is because it mutates. It mutates with other
Chemicals.
no, not chemicals. No. Whatever the virus is.
Let me look that up because I don't think that's true. Let me see.
I mean, That
we
makes
have
sense.
different cells in our body. We have different body. We have red and we have blue, but then we have
We have
others.
5 minutes on the
Okay.
clock.
Yeah, so we'll look more into that and how viruses change from year to year.
So
But I
I
had
have
a quick announcement. mask distribution from 10 to 12 and 4 to 6. There will be 8,000 reusable face masks, 5 masks per vehicle, and 25 vehicles in the morning and evening will receive a hygiene kit, which includes toilet paper, soap, Pine Sol, dishcloths, and dish soap. Today is Tuesday. Sorry. Today is Tuesday. They're gonna be distributing meals for children at Chandler Point in Bellevue from 12 to 1, and library on Lincoln Road in Bellevue from 5 to 6 p.m.
Can I still use your charger or you want it back?
No.
You can use it.
Bro, you know what they told me? I'm gonna take the road. But let me tell you on the app, I got put in take up that 3 hours for it to download.
We're gonna end in 3 minutes. Do you think you could fit it in?
Yes. I order a ring. Actually, no, this is a smell off the shelf.
Oh.
Just setting it up and say,
Thank you guys for
Look, I'm not done.
okay. Well,
What do y'all
since Josh
think
West hasn't
about
talk,
It's time to spotlight yet.
Give them the spotlight,
We have
y'all.
2
You
minutes
really
left.
should have the spotlight.
You did? Bro, you made an outro? Bro,
Is that the outro? Is that the outro? No, that's well, like that's the outro. This is how long I've been on my phone, everyone. Toss this aside, treat it like trash, because I don't. It's distracting.
You're fidgeting with that.
It's not the end, it's the beginning, the man. I was trying to make a breakthrough, guess what I did? The changes, they changed me, new mindset, yeah, I'm changing. It's about time, waited my whole life for this insight, for this new me. Yes, baby, yes, baby. At first I cared about it's just how simply I was not out, but might as well be. I can catch any girl in a second, straight facts, better check it. Confidence that I have got me beaming up for eternity. Have I seen this before? Deja vu, it's that feeling. We can have it or you can have it too. If you're not down for the ride, then I'm not gonna hold you. Say our goodbyes, meet you in another life. It's not the end, it's the beginning. The man I really pitied, had me in my feelings. You could not believe me. I was trying to make a breakthrough, guess what I did? The change, they changed me. New mindset, yeah, I'm changing. It's about time that my whole life for this insight, for this new me. Yes, baby, yes, baby. At first I cared about everything, now nothing fazed me. I was looking for love, now I can care less if I find it. Not saying it's worthless, still right here in the moment. It's wow, look at that. Even if it's just a year, I can tell.
it's over.
It was just a.
Ooh,
Honestly, bro,
nice
you look like Travis.
fade.
Bro,
Travis,
shut up.
Somebody call Scud. Hey,
Nick about to shoot y'all.
Left me in a wreck. I should've left first. Now my heart beat broken, no rhythm left. Got me feeling crazy. Don't know what to do next.
Alright guys, the weather today is 70.
Space where I go. Is that next? Thinking about my plan ahead. Heartbeat. I can feel mine. I must be dead. Thinking about you and what I have said. Was it okay? Always think about you from the day to the end. Am I gonna see you today? What can I see? When I'm with you, I feel so blessed. Like God knows that you're the best. Endings take me to another place I have not been. Right to the ocean side, where I could die right beside your side. The world goes like speed when we're together. Now that you're gone, I feel like the day